welcome to the search term tutorial. The eRedact search term tool is very powerful and a great way to save time when redacting large files. Basically, the search term libraries contained within eRedact are configured by the user who's conducting the redaction. Basically, in this instance, we've got it's actually an Information Commissioner's decision notice against a fictitious department for safe toy manufacture. So we've just fabricated a sort of decision notice of a reasonable size. If somebody, a member of the public, was requesting a copy of this statement, basically we can see from the actual file size that it's fairly large really. It's 32 pages in length, and it would take a fair amount of time to actually redact that particular file manually. The key to the search term, the success of the search term tool, is the fact that it will actually search for any user configured search terms, words, sentences, and remove them automatically from the file during the first pass over the redaction. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this file, 32 pages. It may take us 3-4 hours to redact such a file manually using a photocopier, then marker pens, and that's without taking or making any provision for audit copy files. So quite a laborious job for someone in a department processing the FOI responses. In this instance, what we're going to do, we're going to invoke the eRedact tool using the toolbar button. This will take a copy of the original file, which we can see, so it's printing the 32 pages, and it will actually prompt me now for a search term library to use. We can use a default list of search terms. We can use a save search term library. In this instance, I've set a search term library up for the Department of Safe Toy Manufacture. So what we would do as a precursor to redacting the file, we would set up a library with, if I open this particular library, the Safe Toy Manufacture, we can see here that we have search terms for Minister for Toys, Department for Safe Toy Manufacture, and the abbreviation DSTM. We could add a code, so we can add a new word or phrase, and we can automatically allocate an exemption code to that phrase in the same way that we do under manual redaction. So we could add a section 40. We won't do that in this instance. We'll just cancel out of that. So basically, we've got the search term library primed. It is the Department for Safe Toy Manufacture, the library that we want to use, because it's a letter relating to the Department for Safe Toy Manufacture. So we'll go back into the redaction engine and we'll just click OK, and eRedact will now go away and find the 3 search terms, every occurrence within this document, and we can see that we've found 64 occurrences of DSTM. It's actually gone through, and that's it. That's the length of time that eRedact takes to redact and automatically remove those search terms from 32 pages of document. I'm sure you'll agree it's quite impressive stuff. So everywhere within this document now that has DSTM or the Department for Safe Toy Manufacture will have had those phrases removed from the file. So we just take some pages at random, and we can see that that basically has done its job. We're in working copy here, interestingly, so if we just go back up to the top page, we could actually perhaps save this file as a working file, and that would allow someone on the receiving end of the email, it encrypts the file into a special working copy format, and we could email that to a colleague to check that actually this is the information that we wanted to be removed from the file. Because there is quite a few occurrences of Department for Safe Toy and DSTM and the Minister for Toys, what we could choose to do is we go to a graphical stamp and just say that it's FOI compliant. We'll pop the FOI compliant stamp there, and in this instance we'll add a UK FOI, let's just say it's personal information for the sake of argument, and we'll add that exemption code to the stamp, And this really is done now, because the section 40 relates to every redaction that we've made, or that eRedact has cleverly made, inside about 30 seconds, so we can save the file. So if we go to click the next, this will ask us to save a redacted copy file. So it's just going through now and processing the 32 pages. And it'll probably ask us whether we want to compress the file. Basically, save the department for toy manufacturer just onto the desktop. Prefix the file with an R to indicate redacted copy. That's saving away. Saving redaction file. Here, this is the compression we mentioned just a little earlier. Because there are some images in here, eRedact, you can actually switch this warning off and just use the nearest available colours each time. But basically, this feature is actually optimizing the output file so that you don't end up with huge output files due to graphics within the redaction copy, the redacted copy. So we'll just ask it to use the nearest available colours. What it will do within the redacted copy file, it will make the FOI stamp here that we saw in red, it will make that just a monochrome image, so it's optimising the colours. Here we see we're generating the audit copy now, so we'll just click next, and it will just flick through the 32 pages and allow us to save off the audit copy. Very quick process. I mean, we've been redacting this file probably in total for about 2 or 3 minutes. And like I say, to do 32 pages manually using photocopier and marker pen, probably talking 3-4 hours by the time you've found all the expressions of Department for Safe Toy Manufacture, the DSTM, and the Minister for Toys keywords. So we're just going to save the audit copy, indicated by the A prefix, with the redacted copy on the desktop, and then we'll take a look at the output files. So we're back now in the original Word document. That remains untouched, so we'll just close that down. We can then have a look at the redacted copy, and here we see it's redacted the content. As discussed, the optimization of the file output has made the FOI compliant image a monochrome image, but we can just scroll down through the file and see that very neatly the redactions, there's no wavy marker pen lines, the redactions complete throughout the document. So very quick method of going through a 32 page file. Just a great way of processing your files. If we open we just do go back to the start of the document, and we now open the audit copy file. What we'll do is we'll just tile the windows vertically so we can see both files. We can see quite easily that on the right hand side in the audit copy, all the information has been removed using the standard search terms. On the left hand side, we can see here that the information that we've removed has a translucent layer, familiar to us by now with the audit copy. And we can see in quite a complex file where the redactions have a certain pattern, that the audit copy really helps us. Actually, there we can see quite clearly that Minister for Toys has been removed, Department for Safe Toy Manufacture in the next paragraph has been removed before DSTM. So very useful in court of law, but this has all been done automatically using the search term library function of eRedact, which I'm sure you'll agree is a powerful, convenient, and a cost saving mechanism if you've got large files to redact. Thank you.